It was 3 a.m. when a piercing alarm jolted me awake, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. My phone glowed in the dark, screaming a chilling truth. The greenhouse temperature had crashed to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Those delicate seedlings, hundreds of them, nurtured for weeks, were in mortal danger. I threw on a jacket, grabbed a flashlight, and bolted across the backyard, the beam dancing wildly in the pitch-black night. When I flung open the greenhouse door, a wave of cold air hit me like a betrayal. The hum of fans, the soft glow of heaters, the tick of irrigation timers all gone. Silence. Dead silence. The digital controller, my Dula 2000 lifeline that kept tomatoes Thrive VY-ing and lettuce crisp, was dark as a tomb. I checked the circuit breakers, the wiring, the backup battery, nothing. Then it hit me, a sickening realization. The power hadn't failed. It had been cut. Deliberately. These weren't just my plants. They were food for the Harmony Food Bank, where families counted on fresh produce they couldn't afford. 2 years of sweat, planning, and community love were wilting before my eyes. My hand shook as I dialed Tom, the retired electrician 3 doors down who'd helped me build this dream. Despite the hour, he picked up, voice groggy but sharp with concern. "I'll be right over," he said. 5 minutes later, his porch light flickered on. In the frigid dark, Tom found the truth. The main electrical conduit wasn't just off, it was dismantled, tampered with in a way that screamed expertise. "Whoever did this knew their stuff," he muttered, his breath clouding in the cold. This wasn't kids messing around. They wanted it to look like a glitch. My stomach twisted. I had a name in mind, one that had been trouble since she took over. Linda Harper, the new HOA board chair. 3 years ago, I moved to Sunnyvale Estates for its big lots and perfect sunlight, ideal for gardening. The HOA rules seemed fair paint colors, lawn care, holiday lights. No big deal. But Linda changed everything. Elected 6 months ago on a crusade for neighborhood standards, she turned our quiet community into a battleground. Before her, under Sam, a kind-hearted history professor, we had cookouts, a book swap, even a scholarship fund. Neighbors felt like family. But Linda's election came on a rainy Tuesday when barely 20 fan-tram of us showed up. She and her allies, retirees obsessed with property values, and young professionals treating homes like stock swept in. Sam handed over the gavel with a weary smile, like he knew trouble was coming. My greenhouse sparked Linda's wrath. Built to county code, permitted, painted to match my house, and hidden behind shrubs, it was no eyesore. But Linda hated it. First, she griped about delivery trucks bringing soil. Then about volunteers helping on weekends. I showed her the permits, the HOA bylaws, but she didn't care. She didn't want to get that this wasn't just my hobby. 2 years ago, I donated extra tomatoes to the food bank, and the director's teary gratitude changed me. "Fresh produce is rare here," she'd said. "Families need this." So I went all in: grow lights, watering systems, high-yield methods. Soon, I was delivering 50 pounds of veggies weekly. Neighbors volunteered, donated seeds. The local paper called it community agriculture at its best. Everyone loved it except Linda and her HOA loyalists. That night, shining my phone's flashlight on the power junction, I found proof. The waterproof box was opened, cables disconnected, cover replaced to hide the crime. This was sabotage. I hooked up battery-powered heaters and called volunteers. By dawn, we'd stabilized the temperature, but many seedlings were doomed. Then, taped to my front door, I found an HOA notice on Linda's letterhead. It accused me of unauthorized commercial active VY tie, excessive utility use, and nuisance conditions. It demanded I shut down the greenhouse in 72 hours or face DO Law 100 daily fines. Lies. I wasn't selling anything. Every plant went to charity. My utilities were on my meter, efficient as hell. The only nuisance was Linda's vendetta. I called friendly HOA board members, but they were silent. Later, I learned Linda had held a secret emergency session, excluding anyone who might back me. Over 2 days, half my seedlings withered, each one a stab to the heart hours of work, thousands of meals gone. The food bank director called, worried about the drop in deliveries. Her voice fueled my fire. Then my neighbor Mike had an idea. Check the security camera on my porch. That night, I scrolled through the footage. At 1:47 a.m., a figure with a flashlight crept toward the power junction. Grainy, but unmistakable. Linda Harper, still in her blazer from the neighborhood watch meeting, cutting my power. Fury and vindication surged through me. I had proof, but what next? Call the cops? Confront her? I chose strategy. I documented everything. Dead plants, Linda's fake violations, the footage, the food bank's losses. I asked families who'd eaten my produce to share their stories. Their responses broke me open: single moms, seniors on fixed incomes, a family with a kid on a special diet. All said fresh veggies were a lifeline. With their words and 20 fan tram of resident signatures, I demanded an emergency HOA meeting. Linda tried to block it, but the HOA's lawyer warned she'd face legal heat. The meeting was set for 7 p.m. in the clubhouse. By 6:30, the room was packed: young families, retirees, even renters with no vote. The food bank director brought clients and volunteers. Linda, cornered with her allies, looked rattled. She tried to limit speakers and exclude non-owners, but the crowd shut her down. I went first, calm but firm. My greenhouse was legal, charitable, harmless. I showed permits, photos, county approvals. Then I played the footage. The room went dead quiet as Linda's figure sabotaged my power. I said, "This vandalism killed 500 plants, costing the food bank 3,000 meals this month." Linda leaped up, face red. "That greenhouse is an eyesore. It violates our covenants." I was protecting property values. Boos erupted. Then she slipped. "The traffic of saw those people saw helping is ruining our peace." The room gasped. The food bank director, a dignified woman in her 60s, stood. "Those people are your neighbors," she said softly. "Volunteers giving time. Families contributing labor. They're this community." Clients shared their stories. A jobless dad, an elderly couple, a military wife. Neighbors I barely knew defended me. Mike's kids learned gardening. Mrs. Larson's school groups VY cited. Even Mr. Patel, once annoyed by trucks, now saw the good. The mood shifted from anger to hope. Someone suggested a collection to fix the greenhouse. Another proposed a community garden. A third called for Linda's removal. The air crackled with purpose. Strangers swapped numbers, planned together. Mrs. Lee, a biology teacher, offered student help. A hardware store owner pledged materials. Even gruff Mr. Hansen, a retired colonel, donated his quarter-acre backyard for expansion. This wasn't just my fight, Anna Maria, it was a revolution. Linda, desperate, claimed the greenhouse broke HOA rules. But a retired lawyer on the board cited an exemption for community benefit structures. The vote was brutal. The board declared my greenhouse exempt, approved repair funds, and ousted Linda 8-1. As she stormed out, applause erupted, not for me, but for us. A neighbor reporter got the story on local news. Donations poured in. A nursery replaced seedlings, a solar company offered panels. 3 HOAs wanted their own programs. The food bank director's TV appearance sparked a countywide debate on hidden hunger. 1 in 7 kids, 20 fan tram of seniors, families 1 paycheck from starvation. The HOA, now led by Sam again, formed a welfare committee to match neighbors' skills and needs. Gardeners needing repairs, retirees offering carpentry, families needing childcare. Linda vanished, ignoring my invite to the greenhouse reopening. I'd written, "We all mess up when we forget we're part of something bigger. Your skills could help." The doors open. She never came, but others did. Neighbors brought seedlings, restaurants donated compost, college students volunteered. In 2 weeks, the greenhouse was better than ever. New heaters, insulation, solar backups, all community funded. One morning, as I checked the solar system, a knock came. Brian Carter, Linda's ally, my critic, stood there, holding tomato seedlings. "I started these," he mumbled. "Thought they'd help." He looked around, sheepish. "Kara made it sound like you were just breaking rules." I didn't get it. My mom used a food bank when I was a kid. I forgot that until the meeting. I handed him gloves. "Welcome," I said. The real growth wasn't in the plants, it was in us. So what do you think? Was Linda just a VY lane, or did she have a point about rules? Should I have pushed for charges, or wasn't VY Tingerback the right call? How far would you go to protect your community's heart? Drop your thoughts below, hit like if this stirred you, and subscribe for more stories that'll make you think twice about your neighbors.